Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the stream space. We are here for yet another unboxing. So, we found this lovely treasure trove at, oh look at that, that's cool. This is one of their bigger tins, and we found this at, what is this called? What is this place called? EB Games. So we found this one at EB Games today during some errands we were running, and well, it was a nice looking storage tin, so I figured why not. I don't have any big tins for Pokemon, I only have little ones, so we're gonna pop this guy open, and we're gonna open all the booster packs it comes with while my birds scream in the background in their protest. It's a free province, free to be fucking annoying. Oh, I think he heard me. I'm sorry, Peachy. I love you. Using blunt objects to cut things open. 101. Okay, so we'll go through what's in here. I'll show you everything. This is 2 foil cards featuring Single Strike Tepig and Rapid Strike Shinx. 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 Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Very nice. Not doing a card trick, I promise. Tepig. Shinx. And very nice looking coins, by the way. Look at these. It's sparkly. There's 2 of them. And here's the other one. Very cool. Big dudes look Dynamaxed on this cover. Plastic. Okay, so what we got here is 5 booster packs. Digital card code. Keep those. Give them to my apprentice as a bonus for his work that he does. Ooh, what are these? Stickers. They gave us stickers. Like we're 5. You know, I'm trying to open this without knocking a bunch of crap over. It's not going so well. Okay. So we got the whole 10. So this was the art, untouched, without having stickers in front of it. And I'll go over the other stuff it came with really quick. A 60 card binder for special cards. I like it. I probably won't use it much. Oh, check this out. Notepad. They don't move. I was hoping they moved, but it's just basic notepad. That's still pretty cool. And several sheets of Pokemon stickers. So we have beginners from now Gen, well, Shining, you know, Pearl and Diamond. Shinx and Emboar. I feel like I should know who these guys are, but I don't. And then Empoleon and Tyranitar. So, like, some pretty cool stickers all into it. There's no Torterra, because then I'd feel like we'd actually completed it. So, we're moving into the actual pull part of the video. So, we have 5 booster packs. Let's see what we got. We will read off their health, their attacks, what the attacks do, and the rarity, obviously. I don't do card tricks, so I don't do the whole check for weight or anything like that. I don't look for the bow. I don't do any of that. We're going to go through it from the top to the bottom, and now we hear. Okay, so first up, Yamper. Good old Yamper. He has 2 abilities. Pretty slick, actually. Ball Search, which is a hilariously unfortunate name for a Pokemon attack in a child's game. We're going to move past it. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may put a Pokeball card, a Great Ball card, or one of each from your discard pile into your hand. And it has an attack called Flop for 2 energy cost and 20 damage, and it has a total health of 60. Weaknesses are naturally fighting, and it has 1 retreat cost. It's an okay card. It'd be good if you're working your way up to Boltund, which is its evolved form. And it's, well, it's handy if you're trying to bring Pokemon from your deck to your hand, or, you know, strategies that involve finding specific Pokemon would be pretty handy. Okay, next up is good old Lickitung. Okay, 2 attacks. Pretty high energy costs for both. One is 3, called Tongue Slap for 50. It has 110 health. It has its next attack called Hammer In for 80 damage and 4 energy cost. His retreat cost is ridiculously high, which is, again, which is 4. His weakness is Fighting type. He himself is a normal type. Okay, next up from that is Zubat. Cave Herpes. This one is a dark type, 50 health, 2 attacks. First one, for 1 any energy, Hide in Shadows. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. I don't know why you'd want to do that at this point. This guy's a punching bag, if anything. And his second attack, for 2 energies, Speed Dive. If I were working my way up to Crobat, or even just trying to get a Golbat on the field, that's the only reason I would even have one of those. Okay, next up, Remoraid. Good old Gen 3. Sorry, Gen 2. He's Gen 2. Remoraid, basic. 60 HP, water type. First attack, Water Gun for 10 damage and 1 energy. Second attack, Sharp Fin for 20 damage and 2 any energies. Weak against lightning Pokemon and 1 retreat cost. Not awful. Can't say I'd want to use him. We have good old Onyx. They call it, well, he's a fighting type. Technically he's a rock type, but they kind of group them into the same thing. So yeah, fighting type, 110 HP, 2 attacks. First one, Rock Throw, 60 damage for 3 any energies, and Rocky Tail for 170 damage and 5 energies in total, 1 fighting, 4 normal. His weakness is Grass type, and he has a retreat cost of 4. Rocky Tail does 60 damage to himself. 2 hits and he'll kill himself. But he has a good chance he'll kill whatever he's throwing things at. Rock Throw, however, I would probably go with Rock Throw for 60 damage. I mean, I feel like that's not bad at all. Cool. So we got the next level up. We got Pignite, which is, we got Tepig's Evolved Form. First level Evolved Form. He's a Fire type with 100 health. He has 2 attacks. One called Ram for 30 damage at the cost of 2 any energies, or Combustion for 90 damage, 2 fire and 1 any energy. He's weak against water, and he has a retreat cost of 3. Oh, the rare of the pack is Galerion Slowbro. I have actually the V version of this, so. His first attack is Splattering Poison. Both active Pokemon are now poisoned. Wow, okay. Unhinged Hammer is his second attack. I'm sorry, the first attack costs 1 energy. He's a Dark type with 130 health. His second attack, Unhinged Hammer, 100 plus damage. 3 energy cost, 1 of them being Dark, 2 of them being any. If this Pokemon is affected by a special condition, this attack does 120 more damage. So this could do 240 damage, potentially, if he has an effect on him. So this is why you can poison yourself and then proceed to murder the other Pokemon. He's weak against fighting, and his retreat cost is 3. Now, there's not much to read on this guy, but we have a Steel Energy. Experience Share. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon this card is attached to. Perugly. Sorry, we'll give you a better look at that. Perugly. Normal type with 120 health. Has a first ability called Caturday for 1 energy, and it's an effect. It just lets you draw 3 cards. But if you do this, this Pokemon is now asleep. Next attack for 4 any energy is Claw Slash for 120. It's weak against fighting types with a retreat cost of 3. Tower of Darkness. Sounds ominous. This is a stadium card for the with a single strike on it. Once during each player's turn, that player may draw 2 cards. In order to use this effect, this player must... Excuse me. That player must discard a single strike card from their hand. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, next up. Oh my god. Wasn't letting me open it. I'm just like, nope, can't have it. Oh, broke it right open. Cool beans. Okay, next up from that, got our code card, whatever. Eevee is first up in this pack. Normal type, 70 health with 2 attacks. One being Gnaw for 1 energy and 10 damage. And the other one being Tail Whap for 20 damage and 2 energies. Weak against fighting with 1 retreat cost. Trubbish. Literally a pile of garbage. Lucky Find, 2 energies. This is an effect. Search your deck for an item card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Its next attack is Sludge Toss for 3 energies, 1 dark, 2 regular. 70 HP. He is a dark type with a weakness against fighting and a retreat cost of 2. Shop it. Pop it. 1 attack. He's a psychic type with 60 health. And it's Haunt. Put 1 damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so would it not have been easier just to say 10 damage? I feel like it's not really necessary to call it an effect. Weakness against dark types and a resistance against fighting for -30 and a retreat cost of 1. Choodle. Good old Choodle. I actually really like him as far as the new series goes. Dreadnought is probably one of my favorite Sword and Shielders. Jawlock, 1 attack, 2 energy cost, 40 damage. He's a water type with 80 health. The attack he has, during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. He's weak against lightning and has a retreat cost of 2. Okay, Riolu. Lucario's first form. Fighting type with HP at 70. 1 attack called Best Punch. Does 30 damage for 1 energy cost. Unfortunately, it's got a flip a coin effect. Flip a coin if Tails' attack does nothing. He is weak against psychic types and has a retreat cost of 1. Okay. Graplocked. Evolves from Clobopus, one of our previous pulls. 2 attack. He has a fighting type with 130 health and has 2 attacks. First one, Full Nelson, for 1 fighting energy, will cause 30 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Next up, Tentacle Buster. It does 50 damage for 2 energies, 1 fighting, 1 normal, any. If this Pokemon used Full Nelson during your last turn, this attack does 120 more damage. He's weak against Psychic and has a a retreat cost of 2. Terrakion. Don't know where he stands on the pile, but he looks pretty cool. Fighting type with 140 health. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weaknesses and resistance, and applies 30 damage of its own. That's at a cost of 2 energies, 1 fighting, 1 any. The next one, Earth and Power for 80 plus damage for 2 fighting energy and 1 any. If you have a stadium in play, this attack does 80 more damage. He is weak against grass and has a retreat cost of 4. Fighting Energy. Good to have those. I always like having as many because then I can customize the type of decks I build. Shuckle. Deck Distiller. Flip a coin until you get... Oh, sorry. Skipping ahead here. Shuckle. For 70 HP and a fighting type, he has the abilities Deck Distiller and Rock Throw. Deck Distiller, flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So basically, if you continue to get ahead and you get a lot of luck, you get to throw away half their deck if you're really good at it. Rock Throw. For 50 damage and 2 energies, 1 fighting, 1 any. Weakness against grass and a retreat cost of 1. Cramorant. Continuous Gulp Missile. Discard any number of Arrokuda from your bench. This attack does 60 damage for each Arrokuda you discarded in this way. I have a deck for Vivid Voltage that actually has this card. Different art, but it's the same card, and it utilizes the same card to do the damage. So you get to basically shoot Arrokudas at people. That costs 2 energies of any kind. This is a water type with 110 health, with lightning for the weakness, a resistance against fighting minus 30, and a retreat cost of 1. Drone Rotom. Your opponent reveals their hand. If they do, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. If they do, it kind of makes it sound like they have a choice. I don't feel like they would. Okay, we're on to the next one. Woo! Exciting. This is exciting. Okay, we're popping that apart. This is, we were in battle. We're still in battle styles, so all these have seemed to be battle styles. If we come across any doubles, we will be continuing forward. We will not be doing anything with them. We're not going to go over them again. Okay, we got a different... This is a different Yamper. He has 70 health. He's a lightning type with 2 attacks, 1 being Bite for 10 damage and 1 any energy. Zap Kick for 20 damage, 2 energies, 1 being lightning, 1 being any. A weakness against fighting and a retreat cost of 1. Goldeen. Next up. Kind of almost a recreation of the original card, so we'll go through it. Goldeen is a water type with 70 health and has the ability Horn Attack for 1 any energy and 10 damage. Weakness being lightning and a retreat cost of 1. Blipbug. Fuck that guy. Call for Family. 40. This is a grass type with 40 health, and his ability, Call for Family, costs 1 energy of any kind. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your deck, or onto your bench. Pardon me. Onto your bench, to be specific. Then shuffle your deck. He has a weakness against fire and a retreat cost of 1. Okay. Silicobra. Silicobra. This is a fighting type with an HP of 70. He has 2 attacks. He has Headbutt and Tail Whip. Headbutt doing 10 damage for 1 any energy, and Tail Whip, for 20 damage and 2 energies, 1 fighting, 1 any. He has weakness against grass and a resistance of 1. Joltik. One of my favorite Pokemon from that generation. Okay. We have his abilities being Flop, which is 1 lightning energy for 10 damage. He has 50 health, and he's a lightning type. He has weakness against fighting for 2. I don't know why I said that. Weakness basically means that whenever they attack your Pokemon, if there is a weakness to be applied, it will apply double damage. Next up is his retreat cost is 1. Onward. Oh boy. Very nice. Okay. Volpix. Good old Volpix. That is a fire type with 70 health and a flare attack. His attack is called Flare for 1 fire energy for 20 damage, and he is weak against water with a retreat cost of 1. Now here's the cool card of the pack. We got Victini Ippenhouse. This is a fire type with 190 health. This is a VMAX card. Pardon me, V, not VMAX. That's a card all of its own. It has 2 abilities. One called Spreading Flames, and this attack does the following. It's attach up to 3 fire energies from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. This looks similar to the one from the VMAX. It's Gardevoir and Victini V, and I think he's one of them. I'll have to double check after. His second attack is Energy Burst. This attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So basically, the more stoked you guys both are, the more damage you'll do. He has weakness against water and a retreat cost of 2. This is a V-Rule card, so a V-Rule card means that when they destroy this card, when they eliminate him, however you want to say it, it will allow them to take 2 prizes, and in order to win the game, you only have to take 6. Next up, Water Energy. We all know what that does. Great Ball. Great Ball is a trainer card item that lets you look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon that you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Particularly handy and very common in a lot of theme decks. Hitmonchan. Good old Hitmonchan. He's one of my favorites, and in my Sword game that I'm playing, I currently have Hitmonlee. This is the guy I wanted. I would have preferred to have him because he can learn all the elemental punches and makes him quite deadly to multiple elements. Hitmonchan, a fighting type with 120 health with 2 attacks. First attack, Coordinated Beatdown, does 20 plus damage for 1 fighting energy. Here's the condition. If Hitmonlee is on your bench, this attack does 20 more damage. Mach Cross. I had to say that slowly so I didn't say Macross, which is an anime about robots. The competitor for Gundam, but it's much older. I think they're about the same age. Point being, Matt Cross does 60 damage for 2 fighting energies. This guy has a weakness to psychic types and a retreat cost of 1. No resistance. Seaking. So we got a Goldeen and a Seaking out of this pack, out of this pull. Ripping Horn. He has a water type. Sorry, I almost went into the attacks first. This is a water type with 110 health. His ability, his first one is Ripping Horn. Flip 3 coins for each head's discard an energy pile, or discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And he has a second ability called Pierce for 50 damage and 2 any energies. Ripping Horn costs 1 water energy. Weakness is Lightning with a retreat cost of 2. We are coming down to the wire, guys. We are down to the last 2 packs. One of which is actually different from the rest. It is a Sun and Moon pack. So we're in battle styles and have been for the last couple. But the last pack we check out will actually be a different kind. Okay, so let's pop this guy open. Okay, so we got our code card for booster pack for the online game. Starting at the top, Pacharizu has 2 abilities, and this is a lightning type with 70 health. First ability, find a friend for any energy cost. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Search your deck for a Pokemon, not shuffle your deck for a Pokemon. Getting tired, can you tell? Second attack being Gnaw. Both attacks cost any energy. They're not aligned specifically with the electric type. This has a weakness of fighting with a retreat cost of 1. Cherubi. This is a grass type with 50 health and an attack called Leafage for 1 leaf energy and does 10 damage. Has a weakness against fire and a retreat cost of 1. Mindfu. This is a fighting type with 60 HP, a rapid strike card. Double Stab is its ability for 1 fighting, 1 any energy, and it works this way. Flip 2 coins as the attack does 30 damage for each head, so potentially good, potentially nothing. Has a weakness against psychic types and a retreat cost of 1. Another variant of Silicobra. Okay. Silicobra is actually a fighting type with 80 HP and 2 attacks. It has Tail Whap and Mud Shot. Tail Whap doing 10 damage for 1 fighting energy, and Mud Shot doing 60 damage for 2 fighting energies and 1 any. Weakness towards grass, and retreat of 2. Galerion Mr. Mime. He's water type with 80 health. Has 2 attacks. One called Pound for 10 damage and 1 water energy. And then the next ability for any energy type called Find It. Search your deck for an item card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. He has a weakness against Steel type and a retreat cost of 2. We got a new Tower of Darkness. This is the reverse holo version. As I said, we've already went over that card, so we will not be going over it again. Mine Xiao, which is the Minefu's evolved form. This is the rare of the pack, and he is a fighting type with 90 HP and has Rapid Strike. He has 2 abilities, one called Pound for 20 damage and 1 any energy, and then one called Spinning Whip for 90 damage, 1 fighting energy, and 1 any energy. And here's the effect. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards into your deck. So basically, what? Why would anybody want to do that? That's so stupid. He has a weakness of Psychic and a retreat cost of 1. Water energy. We all know what those do. We got Scroll of Scorn, and I just dropped it on the floor. We're back. Scroll of Scorn, Single Strike. This Single Strike Pokemon this card is attached to can use the attack on this card. You still need the necessary energy to use this attack. The attack is called Furious Anger. This attack does 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So basically, the more hurt they are, the more dangerous they are. Okay, Bruxish. This is a water type with 110 health that comes out of a Picasso Nightmare. Its attack is called... It has 2 attacks, 1 Bite for 20 damage and any energy, and 1 Surf for 110 damage, and 2 water energies and 1 any energy. The weakness is Electric type, and its retreat cost is 1. Next up, Mufilant. Mufilant. That's a fun name to say. This is a normal type with 120 health, an ability called Sap Sipper. This Pokemon's attacks do 60 more damage to your opponent's Leaf Pokemon before applying weaknesses and resistance. It has an attack called Head Charge as well, and it does 120 damage when it costs 3 any energies. And it comes with a bit of a drawback. This Pokemon also does 30 damage to itself. This guy has a weakness of Fighting and a retreat cost of 2. Wow, we're on to the last one. Last pack, Sun and Moon style. Have not finished Sun and Moon. Can't say that I'm a humongous fan. I'm not going to say I hate it, but it's a nice change in some ways, but I'm not a big fan, I guess. Okay, let's get into this. Jupiter. Sounds like saying Jupiter, but I'm like a child or something. This is a water Pokemon with 60 health and 1 attack. The attack is called Bubble for 10 damage and 1 water energy. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. He has a weakness to grass and a retreat cost of 1. Marini. Marini is a Psychic type Pokemon with 60 health. It has Poison Sting for its attack, and it requires 1 Psychic Energy to do it. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. There's no associated damage to go with that, aside from the poison damage that will follow. Weakness is Psychic, and its retreat cost is 1. Okay, Stuffle. Probably the cutest, but also most terrifying thing in Pokemon Sword. This guy is a normal type with an HP of 70 and only 1 attack, doing Tackle for 30 damage with 2 energies at its cost. It's weak against fighting types, and its retreat cost is 2. Okay. Togedemaru had the funniest thing in Pokemon Sword where I had to fight one of these, and not only did my Gallet get killed by it, I killed his ability, Iron Barbs, killed me too. This guy is a lightning type with 70 health. It's got 2 abilities. 1 defense curl for 1 energy of any kind. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. Next up from that, Discharge. So, Discharge costs 1 lightning energy, and it does 30 damage times. Discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon if this attack does 30 damage for each card you discarded in this way. It's weak against fighting types, and its resistance against steel. Then it has a retreat cost of 1. Okay, next up, Alolan Grimer. Ability. This guy is a psychic type with 80 health. He has 2 abilities. 1, Super Poison Breath for... I actually don't know what that symbol means, so I'm going to show you his ability again. You're going to see his first attack has a blank. So I'm not 100% sure what that means. I'll tell you what it does. It flips a coin if heads if your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. His second ability, Pound, for 40 damage, requires 3 energies, 1 Psychic, and 2 Any. He has weakness against Psychic type and a retreat cost of 3. Now we're getting really pretty. Alolan Dugtrio, Reverse Holo. This is a Steel type with 100 health, and he has an ability called Tangling Hair. Your opponent's active Pokemon retreat cost is 1 star more. It has an ability called Dig Under for 3 Any energies. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. So it means that you can basically choose a target, by the looks of it. He's a weakness against fire and a resistance to Psychic with a retreat cost of 2. Now we get super cool, one of my favorite new Pokemon, Gigalith. Evolves from Boldore. This is a Stage 2 evolution. This guy is a fighting type with 60 health. His first ability is Rock Artillery. At 50 times, this guy costs 1 fighting energy and 1 Any energy, and you get to discard any amount of fighting energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 50 damage for each card you discarded in this way. Next attack is Rock Tumble. For 2 fighting and 2 Any energy, you'll do 120 damage, but this damage is not affected by resistance. He is weak against grass and has a retreat cost of 4. Lightning energy. And a... How? I hate this fucking guy. Supporter card that allows you to draw 3 cards. So basically it seems like the rival card becomes how you draw 3 cards, because Hop does the same thing. Next up, his personal favorite is his Pincer. He's a grass type with 110 health. Misread that. He has 2 abilities, one called Roof Fling, and that ability is 2 Any energies. Flip a coin. If heads, put your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your opponent's hand. His next attack is his signature attack, Guillotine, for 50 damage and 2 Leaf energy. He's weak against fire and has a retreat cost of 2. Rare Candy. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a Stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. This card is useless because it forces you to follow the rules that already exist. You can't evolve a Pokemon its first turn on the play, either active or bench. You can't do that. And just double reading this because this does not seem to be correct. This seems to be wrong. Stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon. Okay, now it's making a little more sense. This allows you to bypass Stage 1. So if a basic Pokemon is put into play, you can't do it to that one, but on the next turn, you can allow it to evolve to Stage 2 and skip the Stage 1 evolution, which is not normally allowed. Here's our card code. And that concludes opening the Sword and Shield Battle Styles. I don't even know what to officially call this. Let's see. Where's that sleeve? It has a sleeve with it, and we're going to quickly look at it, because it's not an Elite Trainer box, because we did one of those already, and it did not look even remotely the same. Okay, well, it's one of their larger tins, and it came with 5 booster packs and a bunch of other goodies, including a notepad, some stickers, and, you know, this one's latchable, and it's actually pretty slick. So this is our first time opening one of those, too, so you get to catch our pulls, opens, and Elite Trainer boxes. Thanks for checking out the stream space. You can find me on YouTube, Pidera Space 74, or over on Twitch, Pidera_74, if you want to catch some of my live streams. We play video games, open cards, talk about collectibles, and compare them even. So check us out, and throw your likes, follows, subscribes in all the right places, and I will see you guys next time.